Alright, let's get the show on the road. I've already loaded the level, and let's get into the game, shall we? We were dealing with the bugs on the airstrip on the second level, assist and the difficulty. Let's do this. Is the audio doing well? I've had to do some setting changes, so... Woo! Woo! That hurts. Alright, sounds good. Sounds good. So, I've had a decent weekend so far. Spent most of my time playing with Lola, making sure she's happy, being a good cat, but it's been okay. Audio seems fine. Thank you very much.
I'm reloading.
That's not good. That was a failed dive. I don't think there's any more AA in the area, so I should be good there. Oh, tower, shocking. Yeah, Twitch, I know I made progress. That is so annoying. I just want the chat window not to have a bunch of clutter. That's all I ask, Twitch. It's like, do they have to capitulate to a group of people who get bored if it doesn't have all these flashy buttons on it? If that is the case, such individuals would hate IRC. I miss those days. Just saying. No, we're not doing that. I was going for secrets earlier, as you can see. Oh, there's the generator. Oh, too close to the electric. I don't want to get that close. So, if you're wondering why I'm playing as a bug, we are currently doing what's known as a simulation. We're still technically human. We're just simulating what the bugs do. No Federation people have been harmed making this video game. No, this is definitely not what a bug would say. We're currently in a simulation on the ship right now. Once I get done with this mission, it's going to decompile, and it's just going to go back to cyberspace. No Federation officers have been harmed making this video game. Okay. Let me do something real fast. Gotta change the setting here on my PC, not the game itself. Alright. in 100 years. That don't look like that now? I remember them in the 80s being pretty big. And here I thought you just feed them Cheerios and they'll be your friend forever, but I guess not.
Is this it?
Keyword yet, but they just need more oxygen. Sea scorpions terrified me as a kid once I learned what they are. Oh, so fast. Hello there. Hope you're having a good time. Alright. All the bug zappers should be down. Area should now be swarming with bugs.
You know what to do.
$515 streak. And simulation goes down.
Federation falls.
I don't
Our
like the
enemy
scientist.
is vicious.
I
If
really
we
don't like
do
the
not
scientist.
Stop them, they will fight, and they will win. This simulation is complete. Please exit and report immediately to the medical bay. We at FedDev have never been to the Outer Rings. Now it appears we never shall. But with the power of SASS, we may relive the mistakes of Zegama Beach forever, so that we can learn from them forever.
Now, I know I was complaining about this game on the human level side of things, on Citizen difficulty. I replayed this over the last week on normal and recruit. I've been actually going through recruit to get the secrets. But I've been playing on normal, and the difficulty slightly below Citizen. I can't remember its name right now. Hard, I believe, maybe. But the game is a lot more enjoyable when it's not slamming you in the face with the hardest difficulty. But the bugs, citizenship, or citizen difficulty, not too bad. Like, I'm enjoying the game, but not enjoying the game if it made sense when I was playing as human. It didn't feel like it was paced properly, even for a citizen difficulty. But mileage may vary. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but I'm not mad. Just disappointed by how many times I died.
You want a little more?
Alright, dinner is done. Hi. I got a spinner now. Okay. We get more bugs going. Always with more bugs. It's a simulation after all. We're not betraying the Federation or anything. Oh no. I fell right into a bug zapper like a moth to a flame. Now I know why the bugs do this so fast. It was shiny. All right. I wouldn't say it's Digimon. Probably more Pocket Monster. Outside the pocket. And I'm growing a little too large. Oh! Oh! I'm sorry, Hoppers. That's not healthy. Alright. They're shielded. While they deal with that, let's go get some more bugs into the fray. Ow! Well, at least that didn't kill me outright. Get rid of that turret. See, the bug levels remind me a bit of like an organic version of Jungle Strike. Or in this case, what would be a better game for that now? I was playing them on my Steam Deck not too long ago, but have to worry about another time. Maybe Megacopter's what I'm thinking of, but that game is a little weird for me. Okay.
Let's whack these dirty bugs! Don't let me go. What I wouldn't give for some...
You should have retired, bud, before stepping out. I don't want to push that. Let's see. There we go. Bug Zapper is off on that side, but... Or Bug Zapper on the other. Yeah, Nuclear Strike was great. If I remember correctly, that was a PlayStation 1 game.
You know what to do.
I actually have the digital edition of it on my PlayStation Portable and Vita, but, yeah, thanks, Sony.
Thank
And for those who don't know or haven't been paying attention lately, Sony has decided to pretty much piss off all their fan base or their consumer base. I've got quite a lot of stuff on PlayStation Network, and they're like, hey, you don't log in 36 months? It's gone. Tough shit. All that money? Tough shit. It's all gone.
Kill some blood.
I'm reloading.
Granted, they give you like 6 months, like, hey, answer this email or we delete your shit in 6 months, but bad decisions all around. This is like the equivalent of Ford trying to sell the Pinto, to say the least. Yeah, I get it. Some people love digital-only games. I know. I mean, hell, I'm playing Steam right now. But if the game gets a license issue, so to speak, Steam doesn't strip it from your library. That's the problem people are having with Sony at the moment. Oh, you're there. You're closer than I thought. Yeah, it's been in their claws for a long time. It's predominantly anchored around European Union users, but it's in their clause in terms of services. You take a look at the agreement you sign up for. And people are mad. It's just, they're mostly mad at the fact that they just demonstrated that if the games or a, say, movie licenses expire, they'll just straight up strip it out of your account. Like, even if you had paid for it, watched it, they'll just straight up strip it. Yes, I actually have a lot of GOG games as well. In fact, I usually pay attention to the games I've gotten on GOG. If they're on sale on Steam, I usually get them on GOG first, actually. And I love the massive discounts that GOG does, which I hope that is presented in court that says, hey, Valve doesn't actually monopolize since they sell at the same market rate as everyone else does. But people are upset that Valve has a clause in their contracts with publishers that if... Ooh, I don't want to go that way. That if you sell at a discount on, say, Ubisoft's storefront, you have to provide that sell on Steam as well. And EA and Valve were both pissed off about that requirement. But let's be honest here. Let's be absolutely honest. Does anyone like EA Origins Windows Active? The answer is no.
You know, I feel like things might just
Uplay? That's a complete trash of an application. It's like they haven't learned their lessons about why people keep preferring going to Steam. I would love to have Steam provide me a copy of games with no DRM. That'd be great. But due to their clause of Steam and Valve goes ever bankrupt or doesn't go online, here's the thing. Valve has made a plan that they will release the games to you that's in your library with no DRM. So if shit hits the fan for Valve, their contingency is here. You bought all these stuff, download it, no DRM, and fine. Like, they're going to emulate a GOG solution if they have to go bankrupt. That is their emergency clause if they ever have a business problem. So, I have no idea why people are hell-bent on trying to destroy Valve. Some are, but given the situation that From Software is facing with shareholders recently, I can't remember what shareholding group it was or equity firm, but they wanted the developers to capitalize more on Elden Rings with microtransactions, and the developer lead went, no. So, to the people from Software, have a lot of balls behind them. But, yeah, Sony's been getting punched in the face a lot this week and last week, and frankly, I think they deserve their own ire that they got right now. And I've been playing on PlayStation 2 to 4. I never found the PlayStation 5 worth a damn, to be blunt. Like, most of the games I want to play that's on it is on Steam. Like, why would I want to buy PlayStation 5? And the games they're trying to make exclusive on PlayStation 5 do not interest me. You don't have a exclusive Persona. You don't have an Octopath Traveler type of game. You have Wolverine. Yay. I mean, cool, but the Spider-Man games don't interest me either. I know it's somebody's cup of tea, but Spider-Man 2 from the PlayStation 2 and Xbox era is about the only Spider-Man game I've ever gotten into. The other ones I've rented or tried on another friend's machine. Never got really into it. But I can't get excited for Wolverine. I just can't. Like, Batman Arkham Asylum, pretty good hero game. Batman Arkham City, phenomenal. Batman Arkham Knight, it was okay. It was a fun time. Buggy as shit on PC, that's for sure. But I had it on PS4. But Wolverine does not interest me at all. And every time I watch people play the new Spider-Mans, I'm like, this shit is boring to me. Yes, it's like, exactly, damn speed. It's like, where's the kill zones? Like, I love Killzone 2 and 3. Where are they? They would be perfect to port to PC. But the problem was, there was more adaptation of PC gaming from PlayStation players than vice versa, and that's half the reason Sony went, we want to not only entrap people in the PlayStation ecosystem, but we want to convert PC gamers over to PC, or to PS5. You're not getting that. You're not getting that at all, because I have my PlayStation 3 discs. I have a Blu-ray drive that can, well, let's just say something unique to it, and then my laptop can make backups of them. And by the US ROM Act, I'm allowed a digital copy of my games. Like, I have my discs. Do I do that? Probably not. But it's just more the factor of people want to have an option for what they bought. And that's what's gotten a lot of people salty. Is that they're like, yeah, you don't own it. We're just giving you a license, temporary use. Once that license expires, you're going to yank it away from your account. So the money you bought, you thought it was going to be a permanent access? Nah. This is also another reason that, as much as I love the Nintendo 3DS and the Switch,
I didn't want to live forever.
they, as you guys know, they shut down the Nintendo Wii, the Nintendo Wii U, the 3DS, and the DS stores. They're going to end up eventually phasing out the Switch store. Nintendo is notoriously bad about this. That also up to includes not being able to access and download them later because the servers for them go offline. Oh yeah, the Helldivers 2 scenario. They tried to mandate PlayStation Network access to a game that released on PC because they wanted to sneak in the PlayStation Network fee. There's no doubt about that they wanted to make it where it was a pay-to-play online, and the countries that had bought access to Helldivers did not have PlayStation Network due to bans and restrictions. Oh, I just got one-shotted, or two-shotted. But they went through the process of going like, hey, you bought Helldivers? Guess what? You don't get access to it because you don't have PlayStation Network in your region. Tough shit. We take the money. You don't get the game anymore. Tough crap. Valve stepped in and said, hey, we're going to claw back that money from you if you're not going to restore their access to the game. Eventually, they had to capitulate and remove the PlayStation Network mandate so those games actually could work in those regions. But that's the issue, is that they have like over 60 to 90 regions that do not have a PSN network, either because Sony blocked those regions or due to some sort of territorial disputes or infrastructure. Don't know what the core details behind those are, but gamers can access those games on PC. So when Sony went, hey, we're going to strip away your access, people were pissed. And Sony lost a lot of money on that from the sales on Helldivers. There's more sales on Steam there was on PS5 for Helldivers. And that's also what pissed them off. And it's just amazing how their business model is going. They're punching themselves in the face. In fact, they got rid of I can't remember the gentleman's name, but they got rid of essentially one of the core individuals of the PlayStation 1 era that has been the anchor focus point of their business model of what made PlayStation successful. They got rid of everything that was pretty much what made PlayStation 1 pretty much an experiment that was a powerhouse culturally. There was the PlayStation 2, which was the leading workhorse in gaming for that time period. It was affordable, keyword affordable, and accessible. The Xbox was more expensive. I will admit that. I love the Xbox original, but the PlayStation 2 was affordable. GameCube, affordable. If you want multiplayer games, especially like brawlers, Capcom titles, RPGs, there was plenty to eat from that buffet of games on both those consoles. If you wanted shooters, you went to the Xbox because you had Halo, you had Unreal Championship, you had Unreal Championship 2, you had SOCOM on the PlayStation 2, but you had Ghost Recon, Ghost Recon 2, Splinter Cell, Rainbow Six on the Xbox Live. Those were all affordable options. Xbox Live made it more convenient to be playing on it, even though it carried a fee. I'm not trying to justify that. It's just compared to PlayStation 2 Network Play versus Xbox Live had a better quality service. But my issue is Sony has decided that they're going to throw away everything for it to go into a digital only and potentially try to get you into streaming. And Microsoft's no different. They're trying to butter you up with you put the game disc in and you'll get a digital license of the game on the Xbox side. But that's a honeypot thing to me. Like, I don't want that. I still want to have like physical discs. I would prefer cartridges. In fact, to be very honest and sincere, I've been wanting to get the Evercade system. There's an Evercade system coming up that has Banjo-Kazooie to it. The dual cartridge pack, I would say. I need to get up there to get rid of him. So, but it's this entire factor of fuck you, you own nothing, and you'll be happy about it. That's annoying a lot of people in terms of games. And then there's some developers, and even some of the platforms, do not want games to be modified. Like, Capcom has been pretty much aggressive about making sure that Street Fighter does not get modded again because of the incident of someone running a modified copy, what was it, Street Fighter 6, that had a unique model of Chun-Li that made them really angry, I'll just put it that way. But modding has been a predominant PC gaming culture. Quake, Unreal, StarCraft, Warcraft. All those games have allowed the modders to do whatever they wanted. Like most of our popular titles now, like say Counter-Strike, was a mod of Half-Life. And the other thing I miss is that split screen. Yeah, you get less real estate on the TV, but you have local friends playing with you in person, having essentially a mini house party. You're having fun. You're enjoying yourselves. You're socializing. Like, me talking to you right now is great and all, and I really don't like showing my face because I think I'm ugly as shit, but that's beside the point. But LAN parties, System Link parties, split-screen co-op, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Xbox. You had a litany of good games, and if you did not have cash per se to pay for a full-price game, you can stop at either a rental store to see what they have on sale, or a used game store, or the local mom-and-pop shops. There were options to get access to games. Hell, a lot of my Xbox collection is from pre-owned market. I did not buy those games at full price. That's also probably one of the reasons I don't use my Xbox One that much. I don't even got a Series X. Like, I am not interested in it. It doesn't provide me any value. So, yeah, it's like gaming this week has been taking a hell of a beating for really bad decision making. Yes. And I love how they say it's a cheaper option to go all digital, but they're not lowering the prices. They will not competitively price the games compared to the physical editions that get released to Walmart. Like, you can go to Walmart right now, probably find games that have been released out for the last 5 or 6 years, discount down between $20 to $30 compared to their $60 to $70 releases. And now Nintendo wants almost $70 for a standard edition. That $70 used to be like, hey, here's a collector's edition, here's a premium edition, yada, yada, yada. Now that's a standard edition without the extra bullshit. I'm like, no, thank you. The Switch 2 looks really nice, but I have a Steam Deck now before the price increase in the Steam Deck. And those who wanted a Steam Deck after the price point increase, my apologies. It's a very good handheld. Is it powerful compared to the other stuff on the market? No, but it's a really good and smooth handheld. And it's a baseline for what games should be developed around. The other handhelds on the marketplace from MSI and Asus, they're not bad options either. They're louder, fan-wise, but they're not bad. So, console gaming is going to have a very hard time trying to compete with the onset portable PC gaming market. And that includes laptops. They're just going to have a hell of a harder time. Yeah, I saw what the Canadian prices are, Delta, and it's insane. The Canadian currency has always been rated technically, they always say it's stronger than the United States one, but given the situation of the exchange rates and the price points, it doesn't seem like your stronger dollar value to compare to what's sold in the United States. But that's beside the point. It's technically less euros to buy something than it is in US dollars, and less US dollars than it is to buy it in Canadian. And this is the exchange rates and the pricing and the VATs or taxes and all that crap. But that's beside the point. I ain't paying $120 fucking dollars, even if I was in Canada, for a video game. I'm not. I will wait until it's like 6-7 years and probably buy it. And if I find out it's just going to be a box with a piece of paper with a code on it, go to hell. That's also one of the reasons I am not going to be buying GTA 6 when it comes out. I found GTA 5 boring to me. Like, I have it on the PlayStation 3. I have it on PlayStation 4. And I still cannot beat the GTA 5. Because refusal to play it. I find it fucking boring. Is this my cup of tea? No. Some people love it. Some people absolutely enjoy it. But I cannot stand that. I prefer Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I prefer San Andreas. Those games have a charm to them. I don't need parody Sopranos. I just don't need that. And more importantly, playing as Michael in GTA 5 fucking reminds me of Discount Max Payne. When your character reminds you of fucking Max Payne, and also has a bullet slowdown effect, my brain just turns off. I would rather play Max Payne 3 again. And that was not exactly a very good game itself. It was okay, but it doesn't match Remedy's motif.
Damn dirty bugs.
Yeah, that realistic motif that they got going on bores the shit out of me. I love GTA 3's aesthetics. I loved Vice City. That was my favorite, especially racing around with motorcycles. San Andreas, was fun. Couldn't get into as much as the other one, but San Andreas was complex. The character interactions with the environment. You ate too much cheeseburgers. You got fat. You went to the gym. You got super fit. That was great. That is fantastic design. But GTA 4? If I get one more fucking call from my cousin. One more fucking call. That's the problem a lot of these studios are going, like AAAs are going for. They're like, we want photorealism. You are not the next Max Payne. You are literally not the Max Payne. Like, leave that shit to Remedy. That's why I don't really worry about Control or Quantum Break being photorealistic. But there's studios that go like, we're gonna have photorealism, and it looks like Uncanny Valley horse shit. Like, I still get turned off by looking at some of the shit that's Michael's family in GTA 5. Like, I just want to duct tape the shit out of his son. Like, just not hurt him, just duct tape him up. Because his actions is half the reason Michael's wife gets fucked over. Like, yes, I played GTA 5. I've beaten GTA 5 on PS3. I'm just... That's the type of shit that's going on right now and why I am turned off on the GTA 6. Like, some people are like, oh, it's gonna be so great. Great, cool. That's your cup of tea. I could not care less. As you can tell, I'm a little bit angry today. Let's see, do I have any more SAM sites? I am causing a lot of chaos. I love chaos. Not the chaos gods. They're not what I love. I love causing chaos in the name of the Imperium. Exactly. You may have a really shit game on your hands. If you're not focusing on a coherent gameplay style, a well-written story, some people think that one of the best stories I've ever seen so far has to been the Octopath Traveler setup. And I have that on Switch 1. I will not lie, I do have a Switch. I have no interest in getting a Switch 2. There's nothing about it that interests me. But
Let me go.
Octopath Traveler 2 is on my wish list to eventually get. And I probably will end up getting that on the Steam Deck, because I will be traveling quite a bit for work, more than likely. But it's just... modern gaming is just... when you look at the PlayStation 2 cover art, the PlayStation 1 cover art, the Super Nintendo, even the Super Famicom, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube box art, there's a personality to them. Look at the PlayStation 5 and late PlayStation 4 games, and you almost got nothing in terms of personality being sold to the player. Absolutely almost nothing. It's just drivel. I want that turret.
Can't feel my legs.
Yeah, I think the only thing that's been saving modern gaming so far has been the indie developers. There is a crap ton of really good games that are less than $20 on the marketplace, many of them on PC. Like, do you see a lot of those games being on console for less than $20? No. Oh, you want to play Fire with Fire, huh? I need to... Man, I wouldn't be surprised if they put that on PC for exclusive. Like this, that's kind of what they did with Ace Combat 6, and some people go like they hate Ace Combat 6. Dirty little secret, that's actually one of my favorites and one of the main entry points for me for the console editions. I used to play Air Combat in the arcades before I got switched over to Ace Combat for PlayStation release. That was one of my favorite arcade cabinets. The other favorites were Spy Hunter and Gauntlet. Yeah, XYZ bots was I was also thinking about, but that's also in the Gauntlet trope. Time Crisis was good, but you have to keep in mind Time Crisis is a later generation. I'm remembering my childhood, which was the 1980s. So I grew up with, more than likely Virtua Cop was the first light gun game. I remember that wasn't 2D. I remember Operation Wolf. I had that for the NES, and I played a lot of that on the arcades. And Gunblade. That was, I think, the helicopter light gun game. Have a good night, Delta. But I just... all that gaming had attitude. Punch. The developers had a no shits given attitude to the overall concept of what people were going to willingly play. They wanted to make something that they found fun themselves. And hell, that's also Sony, or not Sony's, but that used to be Bungie's motto. Make games that you want to play. Until they change to that asinine, dumbass, build worlds that you can make friendships in. Like, no, make games that you want to play. But I do remember Time Crisis. I really love the one that had the MP5K submachine gun. But Time Crisis 2 was a really fun time. But most of the arcade games I go for would be Konami's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Simpsons, X-Men, Gauntlet. Oh man, I love Gauntlet 2. Gauntlet Legends was also a very good one in the late 90s. There was an arcade port of Quake 3. Got to play that quite a bit. That was fun, trying to play that with trackball and joystick. There was also a arcade title of Half-Life 2. That was released in Japan only. I got to play an import of that recently. That was fun as well. It's just... all those games I'm trying to point out to you had attitude. Oh yeah, Galaga. Galaga used to be in Pizza Hut. When pizza first started out, the owners of that company decided that they wanted their pizzerias to have arcades in the games in there, so they had sit-down Pac-Mans and stand-up Galagas. One place that serves hot dogs and hamburgers used to have the Star Wars arcade game, the Vector's Graphics Star Wars game. It was not uncommon to go into a fast food place, especially taco places, and you'll see arcade games. And that's what I miss. It's like, when you go into Taco Bell, it's boring. When you go into a Burger King, it's boring. You get in, you get your food, you get out. It's like, if you have a family and it's wanting to relax or de-stress, I mean, I get it, it's a fast food place, but it's still... it misses the charm of the 80s and 90s, early 90s. Like, you go into a Taco Bell and you have a Pac-Man cabinet, and it's well-maintained, clean. That's the motif here. Clean. People are willing to probably spend a little bit more money, even in a tough economy. But we've gotten to the point where arcades can now be at a, say, nerd bar. Dave & Buster's. I really don't like going in there because a lot of their quote-unquote arcade games, to me, is just giant-sized versions of old games. But local nerd bars. if you have one in your area, if they have classic vintage pinball machines and vintage arcade machines with a one-time door entry fee, oh my God, tap that hard. Give them your business. Help them if they're good people. Help your local businesses at all cost. Especially if they have fun games, good food, and good drinks. Socialize with people. Yes, maintenance was expensive, but certain systems have now gotten to the point where it's no longer an issue. Hell, I think there's some new arcade games that are just using your Raspberry Pi as their main board. The most expensive thing of the damn thing now is the LCD screen.
Vile bug pincers.
Yeah.
Again.
I saw the prices for the Raspberry Pi 5 recently.
Until next time.
Yeah, I've seen what the price of the Raspberry Pi 5 is now, and it's insane. But fortunately, there are certain lawsuits, and now even certain investigations into cartel activity of the AI companies and the memory companies. So I'll just leave it at that. The AI companies are not going to be happy with that fact eventually, but the memory companies, certain hardware manufacturers who are now went over to NAND manufacturing, have previously been slapped around for being a cartel, both by the Japanese and the United States government. So I'll just leave it at that. But antitrust laws are starting to be triggered against all of this. So hopefully something happens. But I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to get into that any further. That's just the surface scratch. We'll leave that alone. But I'm just saying, Sony's activities recently to say we're going digital only, and the PlayStation 6, and even Microsoft saying the next Xbox will not be using the subsidy process they have been using for previous generations. As in, for those who don't know, they sell hardware at a loss. Like, the manufacturing cost for those hardware exceeds up to 30 to 40% more than they sell at market value, with the anticipation of selling software titles, either digital or physical disc, making that money back through the software sales. Nintendo did this, Sony did this, Sega did this, Microsoft did this for all their consoles up until this generation or the next one. And the reason why the HUD's glitching out right now is because my push-to-talk is messing with this damn thing. But what I was going to get to is they're no longer going to do that. So all the people who are slamming the Steam Machine, yes, it's disappointing that Steam Machine's over $1,000. I was hoping for it to be, for the bare bones model, maybe $750, maybe $600. But due to the RAM, due to the hardware components, due to memory chips, and even CPUs, that being $1,000 for what it can do, sure, fine. I'm reserved for one with a 2 terabyte edition because I would like to get one put in the living room type of thing. But the PlayStation 6, rumored to be around $1,500 to almost $2,000, depending on the edition. The next Xbox that's currently in development, like Project Helix or whatever they want to call it, that's rumored to be slightly above the Steam Machine. There's not a goddamn way I'm going to spend money for another console like that, especially when I have a gaming laptop, and I just recently rebuilt my desktop that I'm currently playing games on. not a goddamn way I'm going to spend one on another console. I've already got my Xbox One still hooked up. I got my PlayStation 4 set aside that I plan on taking to the living room eventually. And I've got a Wii U that I need to check to make sure that it hasn't suffered the memory flaw issue it has. That flaw, if you don't know, is launch unit Wii U's have a critical flaw. If they don't have power long enough, it can wreck the system. Good job. So, after all the hardware problems from the Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death, the PlayStation 3 Yellow Dot of Death, the PlayStation 4's disk drive feed errors and ejection errors, and even the Xbox Series 1 and even Xbox One X, or the Series X, heating issues, I'm good on console. I'm absolutely good on console. Most of the games I want to play with are with people that are currently on PC anyway. So, yeah, great.
Buenos Aires was indeed a sad day for humankind.
So, yeah, this is the most talkative I've been in a while, if you haven't noticed. I'm really fucking agitated. I'm enjoying myself right now, but I'm just really agitated with all this thought process of why games are just turning into crap. And it's not because of generally just some studios, as because we have been massaged into DLC good, horse armor good. And I'm guilty of buying horse armor when it was like half off, because I was like, what's all the commotion about? And I wish I had refunded it, because Elder Scrolls Oblivion's horse armor was dumb. Ah, yes, I probably should. Thank you. So yeah, they want to spend, like the Nintendo Switch 2 is going up to around $500 or $550, depending on the region you're in. I'm sorry, but for $500 plus $80 or $70 for a game, plus a controller if you want to not use Joy-Cons when you're in a console mode, a big screen mode, whatever you want to call it, you're looking at almost $900 after tax. No, thank you. That's not affordable. People got bills to pay. If they're going to spend that much money, they may as well just go to even some pre-made desktops are still worth a while at that price. You've got certain APUs that can do just fine for light gaming or mediums gaming. I mean, it's just asinine to ask that much money, Nintendo. Yeah, like the total price that Nintendo's asking for. I've got a family member a recent laptop for their birthday. That was like for about the same amount of money. I'm like, why the fuck would I want to buy it? Like, ooh, but it's a handheld. Great, cool. You can still get an Asus or an MSI handheld from a far cheaper. After all that, especially if you have Steam games, all you have to do is install Steam, and now your handheld has hundreds of games on it already, ready to go. If it's a Windows handheld, you don't have to worry about much other than maybe if it doesn't support controller. But if it's a Steam Legion Go edition, that thing's a little bit more powerful than the Steam Deck. It's not a bad handheld. PC gaming handhelds have become so much powerful recently, it's not even funny. And I'm not even going to get into the factor that Nintendo decided to choose a screen that's really inferior than what's on the fucking marketplace right now. Like, when your Switch 2 screen has fucking ghosting to it, you got problems. And yes, I've had people go like, oh, Sony, or not Sony, but, oh, Nintendo's know what they're doing, they make perfect hardware. It's like, no. I think the Switch 2 screen looks like absolute shit. It's like half the reason I haven't gotten it. It's like compared to the OLED Switch 1, it's utterly fucking disgusting. But then again, I can't tell the frame rate and refresh rates of my eye. So, that isn't pleasant to see.
I kill bugs.
Is it graphically superior? Sure, I guess. Just an upgraded NVIDIA chip. Woohoo.
It hurts so good.
I got what it takes.
Yeah, like, I get it. I grew up with a Game Boy. I love the idea of weathered engineering, gunpoise philosophy. But the problem is that they're trying to make this into a premium system when it's not.
Dying.
And then the defenders of Nintendo's like, oh yeah, it's so great. It's better than PC gaming. Like, cool, great. That's what you love? Fine. But you're paying a Nintendo closed market exclusives for what is essentially a rehash of a game that came out on the GameCube. In fact, most of the games are selling hotcakes on the Switch 2 are just remastered or re-released Switch 1 titles. Like, what the fuck? Why would I want to spend that money when I have the game already? Well, it has better performance. Okay, true, but I don't care. I really don't care if it has better performance, because I'm not spending more money for the game I already have.
What?
Damn straight, yes, Alex. That's why I get so angry with the it's better than PC gaming. Like, well, that tells me that they've never actually had time to play Quake, Unreal Tournament, Counter-Strike, Call of Duty, or any of those other titles that are on PC, or realize that maybe the RPGs, that is the root foundation for why Final Fantasy exists, in this case, Ultima, it's on PC, originated on that franchise platform. Or in the personal computing side of things, I should say. Like IBM, Apple, yada yada yada. Now, this is not me to slam, per se, the games on the Nintendo, because I do love my time playing Metroid. I do love the Breath of the Wild. I don't have Tears of the Kingdom. That is next on my wish list to buy as well, but I'm not paying premium price for it. I'm looking for discounts on that. It's just, it's fucking insane that they want full price for some of their games, the Nintendo exclusive tax, if you will. They want full price for games they released almost 7, 8, 9 years ago, and then have the nerve to look at 3DS games, port to Switch 2, and go, $80 please. What?
Is this it?
And the people who are defending them are like, it's such a good deal. This is not a good deal, people. That port should at least be $30 equivalent to like the 3DS price when it released on the DS. It should not be some premium high price for a game I've already played with minimal enhancements. That's just my sensational opinion on that. Some people get mad about it. Will probably think I'm a crack shot off this. But holy crap, I am not spending Nintendo's prices they're asking for anymore. If I get a Switch 2, it's probably when they're going to release maybe an OLED edition or a light edition, because I don't need a dock. I'm not going to deal with it as a TV stand thing. But I'm probably going to get it when it's on serious discount at a pre-owned store. Like, I really, really don't want it. Yes, Mo. I like I said, I have been a little agitated this week. It's been a high stress, high octane type of week. But I'm not angry with work. It's just that's been stressful stuff. But I'm just pissed off of all the business decisions that video game markets have made in the last 2 weeks. I know a lot of other people are probably frustrated with it as well, but I feel like we're just being thrown away as a commodity, that they think of us as an infinite money wallet, and we're not. Alright, so that's where they're deploying from, so I don't want to spend my time here. Yeah, if, like people have been saying, if buying is not owning, I'm not going to finish the rest of it. But a lot of people are carrying that sentiment now, and it's not healthy for the marketplace. A lot of people will lose their jobs if gamers decide to start pinching their wallets because they're like, no, you don't own this tough shit. That's why the game Star Sector is so phenomenal. Like, it is a PC game. You get it from their website. It's like $20 for the game, but you own it. You have a permanent installer that you have on your side locally. It is not like, oh, you gotta go into our cloud services, you have to be online all the time, yada yada yada. No, you own it. You can modify it, you can play it. As long as you don't try to distribute it illegally, fine, cool, just don't do that. But it's the same thing in GOG. You can go and download, like somebody already said previously, GOG. You go there, you can download the installer, or if you have Linux, the .sh file, or the file, whatever you want to call it. But it's just so asinine how much they want us to be, no, you don't own shit, tough crap. Alright, so if I don't own it, you're not going to get my money. So, no money, no revenue. And if more people decide to pinch their wallets, instead of just going yar-har, they decide I just don't want to buy it at all and never play it, no show any physical interest in it, that will put a stop to these assholes that think that they can just constantly milk us for fucking money. And that goes right back to what I was talking about from software. Shareholders wanted them to microtransaction it. They wanted to milk the hell out of it. They want to make certain things about that game to be microtransactions, like almost a mobile game. Gotcha shit. From Software told them no. The lead director told them no. So the shareholders want the core leader of From Software to be removed. They would rather destroy a company to make a buck than realize that they are actually causing the very problem of the situation in the marketplace. They would kill the goose that laid the golden egg, for the lack of better words. Man, don't give GW a business model to go after.
You know, I feel like things might just work out.
And here's the thing, like, Henry Ford of the Ford Company was a very controversial man for different reasons historically. Not going to go into it, but one thing that he absolutely found frustrating was shareholders. In fact, he had a wonderful purview about them that is now a major global sentiment going on right now against the software company's shareholders. He had a court case filed against him by shareholders because he was putting workers' wages and well-being above the profitability of the company. So they sued him in the court of Michigan. Went to, I think, the Supreme Court of Michigan, and it was ultimately ruled that he had to prioritize his company's profits over his employees. And that is why we currently are now stuck in this fucking hellhole of shareholders being complete dickbags. Now, this is not to say I don't have shares myself. I do. I own shares in multiple different companies as part of a retirement plan. But I'm not in a meeting telling them to, oh yeah, treat your employees or treat your customers like shit. Hell, I'd probably be in there yelling at those other shareholders to go eat a bag of shit. But that's no here or there. Seems like my guys need help breaking the store down. Neat. They got this under control. But I'm really enjoying the bug missions of this game far more than I did the human missions. To go back to the original rants I had in this game. Oh yeah, I don't know why Ubisoft thought NFTs was going to be a great business model. That's actually lost them quite a bit of money, surprisingly. Alright, let's see. Why are you dudes shooting at your own station? But yeah, I'm sorry for ranting right now. It's just... I have extremely fond memories of the previous generations, so I guess I'm just cranky old man yelling at clouds. Pun intended.
Assassin!
My mom said violence never solves anything.
Eat lead, bug!
Yeah, it's like...
Put him down for good.
This is one of the reasons why I'm now... They just now announced, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, Microsoft's toying with the idea of a Xbox Game Pass with fucking ads that you get for free. No thank you. There's an entire reason people pay premium for Hulu and Netflix, not to have fucking ads. I remember when Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2 had the option of having billboard ads or poster ads in the game, and for some reason Gunslinger Girl, the anime, was one of the ones that they constantly advertised on. Like, why am I getting hit? Oh, Grenadier. But people bitched about even that. It's like Battlefield 2142 had billboard ads that EA and DICE poorly implemented that was breaking the game, and these people had to find ways to patch that out. We don't want ads in games. We don't want ads for services for games. We don't want cloud service games. That's why Stadia failed, and that's why people are like, really pissed me off when they tried to defend Xbox streaming service. I've tried to use it. It is really shitty for me. If someone enjoys it, cool. Yay. You're the problem. The current industry is causing us to have problems with game service now. You don't get to own your games. We can just stream it on my phone. Okay, that's neat, I guess. But that should not be the only way to access a game. I should not have to use a phone app. I should not have to use a desktop app. I should not have to stream a game that I paid for just to play it. I want it locally installed. That's one of the reasons I see the Xbox streaming service as a honeypot. And the new CEO, I have no faith in that process and the logic of that person right now. Phil Spencer didn't really like, so I'm just leave it at that. Well, live updates is one thing, because technically you're downloading the data to eventually play the rest of the content that's coming in, and it was a background download to the game itself. It wasn't streaming the game from a remote server like Stadia or on Live. If anyone remembers on Live, oh god, was it Gen 2? No, Gen 2 was a Linux operating system. it was Genki, if I remember correctly, that Sony bought out. That's now the PlayStation Now service. All of that has not been successful in being latched into a main way of playing games. Is it a way to access stuff? Sure, but who here actually has spent their time to try to buy a copy of the PlayStation Now controller handles and the screen allows you to remote in cloud-wise? Like, who here actually owns that? Raise your hands. If you do, what do you actually modify it or jailbroke it into being? Like, I used to have an Ultimate Game Pass for both console and the PC. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I had an Ultimate Game Pass, and I canceled it when they increased the price. But I would also take the opportunity for the Xbox games or the Xbox Games with Gold deal they used to have, where they had games that you would literally unlock to your profile, and it would be permanently accessible even if you unsubscribe. PlayStation Plus, unfortunately, once you unsubscribe, all those games that gave you on Plus would be locked away until you resubscribed again. So, yeah, Games with Gold was a better overall incentive for people to subscribe. To me, again, that now has the honeypot trope to it. But I don't like the streaming services at all. I was a tester for OnLive, was not good. I had decent cable at the time, still was not good. Stadia, I was hoping it would die. It did. Stadia was horrible. Like, I had a friend of mine who was ecstatic for it, and so he got it set up. He had fiber connection. He was pulling almost, I would say, 2 gigabits a second for the type of package he had for the region he was in, and it still was crap. And this is also the time frame where I was a Destiny 2 player, so I tried Stadia version of Destiny 2, and I was like, my reaction times are skewed because I've got this massive delay. That massive delay technically being in I would say 700 milliseconds, maybe up to maybe less than that, but most of the time it felt like it was a 7-second delay from my input to action at times. And he was on a fast connection. I don't want that. Turn-based games? Yeah, I can see that working on a... Ooh, almost got crushed by an ocean violation. But I can see a turn-based game working with a cloud streaming service if you're on the travel. I get it. You probably would like to have Final Fantasy Tactics, maybe Unicorn Overlord from Atlas. Sure, great. That could probably work. But I just don't see at all the appeal of a first-person shooter on a streaming service. I just never got to work. Even Halo Infinite. I did that on the Xbox streaming service, and that was a slog. Oh yeah, Sega Channel. There was also a cartridge called X-Band for the Sega, Genesis, and Master Drive, and the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom. And they were online gaming systems that allowed you certain multiplayer game sessions in, like, say, Doom or certain games on Genesis. The Sega Channel was just rough. So I'm glad that it never caught on. And it was like, wasn't the Sega Channel expensive as shit? Like, for so many minutes, it was like nearly like $70 for barely half an hour. Yeah, you use cable TV, but the amount of content you got access to was metered by usage by minute. And during that time frame, it was expensive. $120 a month. Yeah, no thanks. I guess they're retreating to the last known area.
Never pass up a good thing.
He's right, never pass up a good thing. Problem is, I'm not good. Not in this regard. You are not looking at Super Earth, you're looking at Federation of Earth. This is Starship Troopers Ultimate Bug War, the bug missions. To break it down for you, this is technically a simulator of Federation trying to figure out how to best fight the bugs by thinking like a bug. This is all simulation, so like I said earlier, no Federation's officers or troops are being harmed. This is all digital. And I will say this alone, these bug missions alone make Ultimate Bug War entertaining. And it redeems itself after the hell I went through on system difficulty for the human bubbles.
Heal my leg.
Do that!
Oh man, I love playing on Xbox. Like, I got off of work from my last jobs I ever had, to work a night shift. I get home, original Xbox, Xbox 360, I was online playing co-op games with people. It was great. Halo 2 co-op, or Halo 3 co-op with random people. It was some decent times. Halo 2 matchmaking, had some fun memories, but the XYB cheaters just turned me off on that. Ghost Recon Advanced Warrior, Advanced Warrior 2, the Rainbow Six series. Oh man, those were some good times. Or should I say Advanced Warfighter? But yeah, you know what I meant.
Get help!
Yeah, well, Microsoft doesn't like that name, but the more they try to keep us from using it, the more we're going to use it. And they're like, well, we're going to use Copilot or some other AI to filter out people's words. I'm like, you underestimate the creativity of humankind, Microsoft. There are certain games that, in that regard, I wish would be forced to file their respective anti-cheat or easy anti-cheat, Battle's Eye anti-cheat emails to request kernel support for Linux. I'm not going to name those games specifically because I don't want to be harassing them later, because I've actually have been harassed in online games of late. Like, there's one person specifically that looked for me in Helldivers just to kill me because they know about my previous streaming on other channels. My own channel and also some of my friends that run different things. But
if it weren't for our brave troopers, this is what would have happened at Buenos Aires. Let this simulation be a lesson to you. Shape up. Don't let this happen in the field.
Oh yeah, Gears of War 2 was really great. I loved Gears of War 2 and 3. Gears of War 1 I played a crap ton out of. Halo 3 ODST Firefight. The only Halo game I've actually fully got all the achievements on was on Halo 3 ODST. Some Halo fans will think that is a shitty game. I love the hell out of ODST. You've already seen Storm Song and I believe and a few others play through the entire Master Chief Collection. I was going to consider that, but they've done a premium job with that, so there's no reason to retouch that. But I love the hell out of ODST. In fact, I have an ODST at my work desk. But
The assassin bug died on planet P, but thanks to the power of SASS, we can imagine a world in which the assassin bug lived to destroy Federal Armed Services operations in the Kondathu system. While this is not a scenario from history, the lessons we take from it could yet safeguard our future.
well, depending on the version of the game that you're playing on and what difficulty, if you're playing on the 360 edition, that's going to be very difficult to do unless you're playing solo mode. Now, if you're playing the Master Chief Collection on Xbox or PlayStation, or not PlayStation, but PC, yeah, that could be a possibility to find somebody to help you beat it. Oh, hey, it's a level that I hated the most on the human perspective. Let's see how well I do here. Neat. I have a tanker. Well, if you want to ask, don't be hesitant to ask me either, because I'm always down to play more ODST. I think I do have the Master Chief Collection installed both on my Steam Deck and on my PC. I am in the aux. All you have to do is poke. Like, don't be shy of pinging me or tagging me on a message in the general and the auxiliary. Oh! Oh God! They're up there in the walls! The rocks, they speak English! Well, let's get rid of these first.
I kill bugs good. Just try to kill some bugs.
He killed bugs so good he died before he got a chance to. Well, at least the Flames Troopers are not too scary.
One day this will all be over. You're going down, fuckery. Assassin bug!
Alright, making more progress. Yeah, I made a lot of friends in the auxiliary, and it's like, the reason I am quiet, normal circumstances, and why I don't normally talk too much, or even seek out, is most probably aware of this, or other Legionnaires are probably aware of this. I just will do my own thing. If I am not going to involve other people, it's because I will just be like, oh, I forgot to ask. That legitimately is a situation. I will forget to ask sometimes if someone wants to join. I am a very reclusive person in real life. And for the most part, my quote-unquote in real life friends are very far and few outside of the Legion. In fact, there's only a couple people I still even associate with from my time in college and my time in high school. And there's only a couple of people from work that I'll even communicate to outside of work. And it's made a couple of people really angry. But Mike in the Legion, I actually do miss playing games with him. It's just, I wonder if he's doing okay. Not to be mistaken with Crow. There's another individual named Mike in the Legion. Or not Mike in the Legion, but in the auxiliary is what I meant to say. But you get my point. Oh, they got that fucking gun. I need to go. Woo! Almost got splattered there by windshield. But yeah, I'm just a little salty about classic gaming just being nullified by people who have never grown up in the industry, playing in the industry, deciding that they know best what's healthy for the industry, and their decisions are pretty much the exact reason we had the gaming crash in the first place. Now, I wasn't really fully cognitively developed enough as a child to be able to remember all of the game crash of the 1980s, but I was reading through the history of it, and it's just horrifying. They want to flood the market with crap, they want to charge more for said crap, and they want to monetize it with DLC, NFTs, blah blah blah. They just want to make it too pricey for us to even get in there. And they want to rely on essentially the whale to finance their projects. Now, I'm sorry to say this for those who think whales are going to float the business. They're eventually going to move on. They are a short attention span gamer that has a lot of disposable income. They will chase something that will make them the cream of the crop just by paying their way to it. That's why they're whales. They're not the whale because they love the game. They're whales because they have the money and they're bored out of their fucking mind. And that's exactly what they're going to base it around, Archon. That's exactly what they're trying to base it around. The mom and pops, the blue collars, the middle class white collars, who are currently now trying to make ends meet with the current crap going on around the world, they don't have the disposable income to go, hey, we're going to spend $1,000 for your fucking console, Sony. PlayStation 5 Pro by itself is going to be, what, $950? The standard PlayStation $650? Okay. One DualSense controller probably in the package, if I'm not mistaken. No games unless it's a bundle. Usually, those bundles are probably going to be slightly more expensive. The games you want to buy are going to be sold at $30 to $70. So you're already looking at a $700 fee before your state's or your region's taxes. It's just not economical to even get into gaming. It's just not. Yeah, console's not worth a mortgage payment. A PC is not worth a mortgage payment. But you can get into PC still if you know how to buy hardware, how to build, how to start off, and how to upgrade. Like, if you give an AM4 socket and DDR4, even DDR4 is starting to increase in price because of the horse shit going on. But you can get an AM4 and AM5 socket PC running an APU. You don't need to get a discrete video card yet. APUs are pretty much strong enough for 720p or 1080p graphics. Is that going to be great for 1440 or even 4K? Not really. But I'm playing right now at 1080p because I don't really care about higher resolutions right now. It's just predominantly more resolution, higher fidelity at that point. But I'm having fun. That's the part right now. I'm having fun with these guys. I'm having a relatively stress-free run against these guys. I've died a couple times because of my own mistakes, not because the game was poor in their design. But it's just no single parent is going to spend almost $800 just for the hardware itself, another $90 after taxes for a single game, and maybe almost $70 to $90 for a controller if the unit doesn't have one, or a second one in case they have a child or two children that they want to have either play with their child in terms of the game time, or allow their siblings to play, like, say, co-op games together. Like, I don't know, the new Marvel game that came out from Wayward, that is a brawler similar to in design of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge. I'm sorry, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is what I'm trying to say. I think it's Cosmic Invasion is the new Marvel game that they made. That's a tribute to the Konami brawlers. That's a multiplayer game. You get a couple controllers, you got couch co-op. No parent's going to want to spend that much money just to play 15 minutes worth of game. Or an hour. They're just not. Not when they can go to a used shop or a local shop or a pawn shop and get a PlayStation on the even a PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, and some classic games. Yeah, it's just too fucking expensive to get into that gaming. Like, that mom and pop has been the base model customer that has maintained Nintendo for a century and a half, and they decide to throw it away now. Sony's like, yeah, no, the people who grew up playing PlayStation 1, go get fucked. I'm just, it's bad. It's a bad decision. Yeah, the Nintendo system, if you do the inflation for it, it's not technically cheap, given the situation of it, but you can get a Super NES now if it's in good condition and runs fine without the sound chip decay that it causes it to speed up. Getting a Super Nintendo, or even in the clone consoles from Analog to play the retro games is not a bad idea, but the analogs are an expensive option. I have an Analog 3D. That was not cheap. It's really fun to play Nintendo 64 games again, but it ain't a cheap option. Retro games have swarmed up in price because you've got scalpers. You've got people trying to ride the wave of, how does this say, opportunity, is how I phrase it. All right, there's the. Yeah, that's the thing that's lost for a lot of people, is that the purchasing power of people back then was relatively strong. But that's an entire discussion in itself that would go into territories I'm not going to discuss on this channel. Like, ow, 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 ow. There we go. But some of these companies have gotten so big. Like, I love Bungie games. I grew up with Marathon 1 and 2. Not to be confused with whatever dog shit they're calling Marathon these days, which I was not amused by. And anyone who goes, oh, it's such a great game. Cool, great. I do see the kernel of a great game underneath of the Marathon that's out there right now. Some of the people in the Legion already know my opinion on it, and also aware that I've technically tested it. I feel like absolutely horrified that Bungie has gotten themselves so massive that they laid off 400 people, and it's still, they laid off another 300. It's like, how big did you get? Why your costs are so high? Because those games have to sell so many units. Like, for Marathon to break even, the new one, the extraction shooter, to break even, needs to sell roughly 7 million units. They barely even tapped 2 million. And they can't retain players. The people who defend that game look at it and go like, it's so good. Steam DB has no idea what it's talking about. I'm sorry, but you can't retain your players. If it's a great game, you would have people buying it like Halo. I'm sorry. If it was a really great game, it would be having numbers like Destiny 2's Resurgence. So, pardon the attitude, but New Marathon needs a lot of rework. And I mean a lot of fucking rework. And I bet you dollars of donuts, if you get a team of roughly 30 people with no creative restrictions, they could probably make something akin to the vintage Marathon that came out in 1990s and has that same attitude, and people would probably buy into that more than the crap that they regurgitate into the marketplace. Because I can tell you, the people who claim Marathon is a good game, there is indeed a kernel of a stable, well-designed core and all the mess buried underneath of it. But the problem is, for many of them, me including, is shallowness. There's not much there. With Destiny 1 Year 1, in comparison, Destiny 1 Year 1 had a lot more shit to it than Marathon does. Oh, I don't need to save Mercury. I'm having an easy time with this. Plus, I'm almost done. Okay, I'm doing relatively well, but I don't know who Jen Thrope is. So, can you enlighten me? Fuck it, Mercury's right. Never doubt a member telling you to save. I see. So the shells come out of it no matter where the cannon's actually pointing at. So that's awkward. Now, I'm not much of a sports guy, so that's why I'm ignorant about it. My apologies. I find sports extremely dull, to be honest, unless it's hockey.
I can't feel.
So, my apologies. For me, hockey is pretty much you pay to see somebody slap a puck around with sticks, and then you may get a free boxing match involved. 2 for 1. Two Razorbacks for the price of 1. Discount aisle 6.
It hurts. Look out! Hoppers!
Discount Dan's, discount Mex. 100% not melted, guaranteed. But yeah, I'm just ultimately salty mostly because I had films, specifically shows I had on Sony. And yes, I had Terminator 2 on PlayStation. That was stripped from my PlayStation 4 because the license expired. I'm sorry, but if I had bought it, I should still be able to download and watch it. It should not be stripped away from my access. That's also why I get angry about Apple when the license for Poker in the Inventory 2 lost its license. They stripped it from the Apple Store. You had it installed locally, they stripped it from there too. And I think that's all stems from the Flappy Bird incident where people were selling units of the phones that had Flappy Bird installed on it because they stripped it from the store as well. Because the owner or the maker of Flappy Bird is like, I retire, this is getting too addictive, I'm just gonna pull it. So to keep the people from selling the hardware that has the game installed, they decided just to strip the damn thing entirely. So I used to have Poker Night at the Inventory 2. Love that game. And now I can't play it anymore when I'm at lunch break. Yes, Sony stripped over 500, roughly around 500, 550 shows and films from their service because the license expired. Now, if this happened on Steam, it gets delisted and it still stays in your library. I have games that you can no longer buy on Steam in my Steam library. Some of them are just flat out crappy, I'll admit, but I can still go back to them if I want to. There's still some content that I cannot view anymore on Sony though. And it's like, you bastards.
I did.
live forever anyway.
Yeah, you were firing so well that you died. So yeah, that's I'm done ranting now. It's a good day otherwise. It is almost 9 p.m. Unfortunately, if anyone's redeemed a pet, I don't have Lola near me right now. She's bothering someone else at the moment. Oh, man. I guess the Federation doesn't care about friendly fire that bad.
So mad! Never pass up a good day. I was just trying to kill some bugs.
Neat. See, that's the other reason I don't care about GTA 6 at all, because like, what happens with the licensed games music for that expires? Like, there are certain songs in Vice City that the trilogy anniversary edition or wherever they did, like, had to use a new engine, yada yada yada. The badly made remasters of Vice City, GTA 3, and San Andreas, they'd have songs in there and the originals that they can't have in the remake or the remaster. And it's like, that makes me not want to care anymore about that franchise. Do not ooh with the bugs. You do not ooh with the bugs. Federation officer, Democracy officer, please isolate this person for interrogation. He might be infected by a brain bug.
My heart.
Help me! Come on.
You
You know, it's pretty dumb design to have your turbines being powered by a gasoline or a diesel generator. Just saying. This is a very bad design.
It hurts.
Also, don't lean over the rail when this is operating. Either it's sucking you down or it's blowing up in the air. Either way, it's going to be a bad day. I wonder if Noctua designed them. They make good fans.
I can take it. Don't let me.
Is this it?
Works for me. Tanker, useful. Come on, follow me, buddy. I know the area is technically terrorized, but I just want to get rid of all the other threats here.
Torn up. Fabulous.
Oh. No, I did not betray the Federation. This is a simulation by the Federation to figure out how the best the bogs operate so we can nullify them quicker. I have not betrayed the Federation. We terrorize area. You know what? We're just gonna leave.
Put him down for good. Assassin bug here. Butching back.
Oh. 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 Okay. You have a funny thought. Please share it. If you're going to say it includes me in a bikini, I'm sorry, I'm not going to wear that. I'm too fat, too white for it. I'm so white, I probably reflect the sun. Please do not terrorize the neighborhood with my naked ass.
You're going down, Berkeley.
So bad!
You're just gonna sit there and not push me? Alright, then, come on. Huh, assassin bug's doing alright.
Everybody fights. Nobody quits.
Aside from them going right into where they should not be going. Bug zappers galore, am I right? Aw, I did the same thing. It's alright. Neat. Yeah, it's true. Thank you, Cookie Mama. Thank you. She actually knows what I'm talking about.
This isn't what I signed up for. Yeah, torch.
Oh. Bullshit.
I did. War has never been so much fun.
Give me some room!
Yeet.
Look.
Did he just throw a grenade at me? Oh, the poor man. Probably throws like I do. Crappy.
You know what to do. Crawls.
Oh. Hi. I'm just gonna have to weave in and out of this, am I? Whoa. If I saw that shadow behind me, I'd probably shit my pants. I'd probably try to jump over the ledge here. I have a better survival rate being in the water than this. Man, this guy's got like survival preservation skills of a almond.
Get help!
I'm sorry, but somebody that stupid doesn't deserve to live. You could have jumped over the ledge. You could have saved yourself, but no. You want to fight the bug. Note to self for Federation training. Self-preservation is more important than trying to kill bug.
The only good bug is a dead bug. Murderers don't go on.
Neat. And even the man doesn't care anymore. He just needs a plate of tacos and a good beer.
Clear my assassin bug!
The next person ever told me I should never have tacos again, they're not gonna have a good day. Six-pack of pudding. Oh, no.
Well done, soldier. This concludes your training. Having experienced the most realistic depiction of war ever created, You are now ready for war itself. You are now fully equipped to kill any bug and win any battle. Get out there and make the Federation proud. Your fellow citizens are counting on you. Hoorah!
Oh, hey, I actually beat it on Citizen difficulty all the way through.
Well done, player. Your work has greatly advanced our research, and the data you collected will help secure future victories against the insect scourge. But, during the simulation, our sensors registered concerningly high spikes in your dopamine levels when you were destroying our fleet and massacring our soldiers. To clarify the situation, and dispel any doubts about your loyalty to the Federation, agents from the Department of Approved Thinking will soon come to escort you to a series of routine interrogations. We would greatly appreciate your cooperation. Please lie face down on the ground with your hands on your head, and wait calmly for your imminent detainment. I mean, routine questioning. As for me, all that remains is to thank you one last time for your participation in this program.
I mean, he is a bit bugged out about the fact that we were enjoying it, because like I said, that was far more enjoyable than the human levels at Citizen level difficulty. So, I'm sorry. I'm just going to do that so it doesn't actually override my to talk. But, yeah, that is Ultimate Bug War. That is both the human and the bug missions. So, that's it for that game. I'm going to take a quick breather, and I'm going to switch over to Helldivers for the moment. It says for a short intermission. We're just going to do a couple of light missions. Nothing serious. It's not going to be anything difficult. But I'm going to take the stream down and switch over to Helldivers real fast, and I'll be right back.